we're back with Pedro, Victor, and Gloria, and we're playing dominoes, and we're trying to teach the folks at home how the game is played, a little bit about how the game is played. There's a lot that we could tell you about, but essentially we're trying to figure out, so that people at home who want to, who see their friends playing in the corner and want to say, hey, listen, can I have a shot at it, or what advice would you give them if, for people who don't know how to get into a game, who want to start, what is it about? Is it about math? Is it like a game of chess where you have to have all this memory to figure out what all these plays are ahead of time? Absolutely.
It allows you to exercise, competition. You're allowed to compete. So from that perspective, it's very fun. In terms of the game itself, it's a great feeling when I can figure out what you have left at the end, just based on paying attention to the game.
Right.
And then working in a team, right? Obviously, I would say that that's probably the most fun thing about the game.
But it also leads to conflicts. I mean, I've seen partners had major. Come on, you didn't see that I needed threes, and you had threes. Partners get into a fight.
Now I just told her.
You already pointed out that she made a mistake, right?
Put it over there, and I would have won the game.
But
I know what you had.
And I like to get rid of my double and my big points. But yes,
but
I
at
realized.
the time you had the blank over there, and the game was going to be locked.
I see.
I guess the one nice thing is at the end of the day, they're still friends. You've enjoyed the competition, and you've met new people. I mean, that's how I met Pedro. That's how we're meeting you.
Well, I definitely want to come out and play with you guys for real one of these days. When next time you have a tournament.
Like I said, the domino game has come up very rapidly since 2005.
Okay, so they got a park in Union City for domino players. The mayor there recently, in fact, I'll take some credit. I suggested the idea to the mayor. I said, listen, look, in fact, I was in the mayor's office, the mayor of Union City. His name is Brian Stack, one day, and I said, listen, the guys over there, they were already had portable tables playing in this next to this parking lot. And I said, why don't you build this nice little park? He said, well, I don't have any idea how to do this. I said, Mayor, let me borrow your computer. So I went online and I found a picture of the domino park in Miami. I said, this is what you need to build. So the mayor recently opened, they had inauguration for this little park, and frankly, he actually gave me some credit. He actually said that I gave him the idea. So they have this great domino park now where all the old guys sit around and play. And one thing that we have to talk about, though, because over a domino game, the discussions are not always about dominoes. Right. A lot of politics involved. Right. A lot of baseball. I remember the fights about the Yankees and the Mets. I used to go to a club called Los Compadres. Maybe you remember them in East Harlem. Right. One of those social clubs that used to compete.
First Avenue.
Yeah. Those guys were terrific. Right. But anyway, I wrote a story for the Daily News many years ago about Los Compadres Social Club and the game of dominoes. And one of the things that I found, and I realized that that's happening here because I noticed these things. I don't know if the camera can pick up this little tube right here. And there's another little tube at the end over there. What is that for? Explain to folks at home.
Okay, we put a partition that is raised about maybe 6 inches from the top of the table so that the block the face of your partner. You cannot see the face.
It's basically a cardboard that goes like that, right?
We just do one diagonal.
Okay.
Okay, I can see you and she can see him, but
the partners cannot see each other.
Correct.
I see. And the purpose of that is so that they cannot signal to each other or cheat.
Right.
Absolutely. If I were to look at, the 5 on the table and we make eye contact and I look down at the 5, you can see I was looking at the 5s.
Yeah.
Many people do attempt to let their partners know what they have. That's certainly not the way we like to play.
And so this cardboard is lifted off the table a little bit, and basically all you see about each other is the hands when you're shuffling. Right. And even then, I heard that you can do number 2.
Right.
Oh yeah,
there's a way of
absolutely. People can certainly where there's a will, there's a way. People can certainly attempt to let their partner know what they have. But I think I think we all agree that's the purpose of the partition, is to make it a little more difficult. But I think, many people just enjoy the competition and realize that, that's not really winning.
And in my case, it's hopefully that it's just playing because you like the game, you want to play it fair and square and have a game.
That is really the best way when there is no money at stake, because then you can play it fair and square, and you're not worried about your opponent cheating.
Right, and it's our minds versus their minds.
Right, right.
And it's a good feeling when you can sit there for hours on end and win.
So tell me a little bit about these tournaments, because we have a video that we want to show in a minute about, you know, it's going to Vegas now. They have domino tournaments in Vegas?
Yes, 2005 was the first World Domino Tournament in the
World Domino Tournament.
Yes,
people from all over the world.
In the Hilton in Vegas. Okay, and at the time I was working for ESPN. They hired me because I'm an expert on the dominoes, and it was really really fantastic. People from all over the world came over to play, from Jamaica, Puerto Rico, mostly from Mexico.
And when you have one of those big tournaments like that, what is the winner? What does the winner get?
The prize over there was $100,000.
Oh boy!
For the winner, and then they would distribute all the way down. It was a couple of $100,000.
Because I remember in New York when they had those tournaments among the social clubs, the prize was like the winning couple would take the family for a week to Puerto Rico, and that would be fantastic. Is that still going on?
The whole team, not the family, the whole team
goes on vacation.
Puerto Rico, okay, for 10 days. That's the way it used to be, and that happened for about 15 years because I became part of the nucleus of that. Those tournaments. I was one of the judges.
So what happened? Why isn't that going on anymore?
Because the sponsor did not want to do it anymore, and you need money to
for the prices,
for
especially
the prices and the trip, the airfare, everything. And I tell you, it was at one of the nicest hotels in Puerto Rico all the time. So it was really good.
All right, so let's play another game so that people can see what it is that we're doing. And he knows he's a professional shuffler there. I see that now. He's the last one.
He picks last, that's correct.
So he picks last. Okay, so.
And now, the last hand, we won.
So we get to start.
We get to start.
Okay.
And actually, since I was the one that closed, I start.
Okay.
That's how we determine of the two of us who comes out.
I see. See, in the Cuban style, the partners say, okay, who do you want to start or do I start? And basically, we go away. You know, I got a good double here that I can start with.
And that's part of the reason why they've come up with these rules, because you can start to essentially tell me whether or not what kind of hand you have.
I got a strong hand because I got this number that I'm going to put on the table first.
And
oh boy, that was good. That means he's strong on fives, right? Now I'm going to play over here, and you have a 6 to deal with. But obviously, if your partner passed on 5, you want to help your partner, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now she blocks the 5 to help her partner.
And one of the things that Pedro was talking about before was when you don't have, there's no need to think. So in this case, I don't know if you noticed, but I played very quickly. We're trying to, you know, we're working together. Okay.
Well, he still did that to you, though. I mean, you just demonstrated that you don't have something.
Right. He played. Right. She played the 4, and he just hit it. Right. So either he has lots of 2s or doesn't have any 3s. That's what we're. That's what we're
trying to figure out.
That's what we need to figure out.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So. 4 again. Now you could probably assume something because of the way I played, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the idea. It's so folks at home can understand. Every play is people are not just dumping pieces. Every play means something.
And sometimes when you think it means something, sometimes when you don't think it means something, and that's what we need to work together to figure out. That's a lot of times why, you know, you say sometimes people argue, and it's because somebody didn't notice something that happened.
Okay. See, he wants to hurt me with that 2. He keeps playing that 2, and I want to keep running away from it. That's what happens. He's trying to. He's fed me a 2 twice now. He's trying to figure out whether I'm going to pass on that 2. You see, and normally we don't say these things, okay?
That's correct.
But I'm saying it now so that people can understand how the game is played.
In a regular game, there's generally no talking.
No talking at all, okay? So that people can understand. Okay, so what are you up to now, Pedro?
That's why everyone saves all the talking for the end of the hand.
Right, and then you should have done this and you should have done that.
Absolutely, it's part of the fun of the game.
I'm going to try to do something over here. Just try to get rid of my points.
Yeah, he's experimenting now. He's telling his partner something there. Okay, so am I. I'm going to try to get rid of this double. How's that?
There you go.
And she passes. Oh, boy. It's just you and I now.
It's okay.
So what do you got, Pedro, for me?
Now, this is another scenario as we spoke about before. It's the lock, right? You can calculate which 4 is missing, and it's the 6-4.